Got it. Here, back here. Set up. All right. Well, let's do this right. Okay. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you may be in the world today, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. It's Tia Rodgers. And giving honor and praises to God for waking us up this morning in our right mind, able body, to be able to be out here and do what we do on a daily basis. Giving praises and honor to God. We made it, guys. It's the last Friday of July. My apologies for being tardy to the party, but guess you're not tardy if it's your own, if you're working on your own program, huh? Pretty much. Well, had some things to do this morning. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do so that you can do what you want to do. So, with that being said, good morning. How are you doing? We're in here cooking a little cabbage and onions this morning, some chicken thigh. Sometimes I like to cook a little early so that as I get busy with my day, because sometimes I do. We talked about that, right? Making your calendar schedule, making sure that you have work, but also making sure that you have some fun. So since I'm in my work mode and I have plenty to do, sometimes I forget to eat. So if I make the food early, I can just kind of move around and snack a little bit instead of making the bad choices. So I'm coming to you today because we're wrapping up the month of July, and we're going to be starting our podcast series, Your Life is Serious Business, as of August 1st. So there's going to be some recording going on in here today to get that all started so that you guys can kind of join me in on that. And yeah, got that coming up. And we're talking about when you begin to start something new, when you are embracing change, when you are, whatever the change may be in your life, it's a journey. It's an emotional journey. It's a growth journey. You learn valuable lessons. You find out who's in your corner, who's not. And it's amazing how many people, strangers, that you will find that will comfort you. We're coming up on the month of August, so and I'm praying and hoping that God continues to give me the strength to just stay with it, stay with it, not lose my cool. I teeter-totter a little bit because of the fact that when you slow down, and not to make it all about me, but I can only talk about me right now at this point. When you slow down, you slow down. So now you really get a chance to take in all those things that, being busy kind of takes away. Not that I'm not busy, because I have plenty to do. I have plenty of studying to do, to learn, to become better. However, I am having more solitude time to just feel and reflect. Not that it didn't happen before, because it did. It happened while I was still working. The difference was there was always someone that, would come by, or, they would take notice, and they, would give me some encouraging words or something to make me laugh or take the monotony away. So now today, it's usually my daughter or the kids, they'll do a little something. Like yesterday, I was hanging up clothes, and I heard my grandbaby through the ring thing, and she's like, "Mom," so I'm looking around looking for a baby. She was in the doorbell, so I went and talked to her for a little bit. So little things of that nature to kind of bring you back. I don't know, who's all experienced grief, what type of grief you experience, and what type of loss you experience. Any loss of an animal, human, loved one, whatever, it's an impact on you. And how we navigate through it is the key to me. I'm grateful to have made the decision to join the profession because it gave me somewhere to direct my energy, as well as I get to meet some really cool new people and get to talk to people. And I find out that it doesn't matter what part of the world you're in, it doesn't matter what race or nationality you are. We all are just humans at the end of the day, and we all have similar values, morals, ethics in which we rule our life by. We have something that we stand on, and we do our best to just bring joy to the world. I'm finding out that there's more happy people in the world than it is miserable people. You miserable people, you're just a small percentage. And we're going to let you stay in your corner if that's where you want to be. If you want to come over here on the positive side, happy, go lucky, come on. But we get it. We're not going to join misery, and we're not going to be holding on to negativity, anything that's going to be holding us down. I share with you all the time how when you're first starting out in business, you're not going to know everything all at once. And when you're learning, I want you to allow yourself time. Give yourself whole space for yourself and allow yourself time to grow, to understand the business that you're in or the business that you're doing or whatever it is your mission is, whatever it is that you're funding. If you're the founder, the owner, you're making a patent, whatever it is, have confidence in you. Know that you have everything that you need to make it through. It's going to be some challenges because if you don't go through something, if God just straight gives it to us, I don't think we would appreciate it as much as if we had to work for something to get it. Everything I ever received in my whole life, I had to work for it. And I worked my butt off to get it. And the amount of time that it took for me to achieve it was nothing compared to once I received it. However, once I received it, it just motivated me to go do more. And the same thing happens when you join the profession. The more you interact with your partners, team members, and if you should be blessed to find someone to be an accountability partner, your world begins to expand because now you guys, you don't feel so alone in the challenges that you overcome. And I'm here to tell you, there's a lot of people that's going to come and kick your tires. They're going to kick your tires. They're going to want to tell you, they're going to ask you all the questions about what it is that you want to do. You're going to invite them to come to different events and informative meetings where they can get the knowledge on their own, but they won't come. They're not going to come. And it's okay. You just keep on going because you're going to go through a lot of people before you find those essential beings that are truly assigned to you to connect with. Your drive and motivation and your stick-to-itness, I like to say that, but it's more like your dedication and your commitment. The dedication and commitment to what it is. It's like having a baby. It takes time. It takes 9 months for the baby to go through gestation, to come through the birth canal. Then once you deliver the baby, and if you have an easy delivery, it's pretty cool. But if you have a challenging delivery, so you might go through some things which may alter you somewhat chemically on the inside, because postpartum depression is real. Baby sadness is real. Sometimes moms have trouble bonding with their children because after the birthing effects, and it can be a little challenging. But with a little love and support, everybody gets back on their way, and we can begin to start growing, learning, and healing. And teaching this baby and watching this baby grow. So the same things when you embark on a new life change, a new life experience, um, you have to give it time to, what I want to say, what's the word? Mature. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to say, but lack of a better words, I didn't want to not come to you guys today as I'm trying to get everything done all together. But you have to allow yourself time. And are you going to become close with everybody? Are you going to be like, hey girl, hey guy, whatever? Probably not. I can speak on that because I'm one of a person. I'm going to move us over here a little bit because I need to shift a little so that I can. Okay, let me move this back because I don't need y'all to fall onto the Zoom, but I need to get over here and do something with this lovely food I'm about to begin making here. Put a little oil, get my pan ready for the cabbage, because I can't be running my mouth and not doing what I need to do at the same time. All that. You got to walk and chew gum sometimes to make it better. But whenever I'm so sorry. I just went right on into the camera. That's the only thing I had to divert myself because I was in the kitchen this morning taking care of some things. But anyway, like I was saying, you have to allow yourself time to grow, really think it out. And I don't think that when you make a decision such as this to join a profession, I don't think it's a decision that you make in haste, because it wasn't one that I made in haste. I did my due diligence of finding out which companies were pretty valuable, and the ones that I decided to join with my sponsors, I trusted my sponsors. I trusted that if it was good enough for them, it would be good enough for me. And they thought of me enough. They saw what I was already doing, and they said, They said, girl, I see what you're doing out there. What do you think about this? And you work it all out and you figure it out. And God blessed me to work it all out. And now I'm here. And as I think about, after speaking with people and hearing some of their things, their reasonings, their whys as to why they can or cannot do something right now. Well, one thing for sure I like to say is, hold on 1 minute, guys. Hold on, I'll be right back. I always tell people, take care of your crisis first. Whatever is going on in your life, that's important at that time. Because if you got too much stuff going on, you're not going to be too good and focused. And you want to be focused. You want to be able to pay attention and get the knowledge, because everyone so far that I've met along the way, they're very knowledgeable. They are, very helpful. And I tell you, it's one profession that I gotta say, you get a lot of help here. You get a lot of help. There's some challenges along the way, but for the most part, people are genuinely wanting to see you succeed. They do not want to see you fail. So if whatever they can do to help you, they do it. Whether it's referring you to a book or letting you know, what's the best thing? What's the best strategy you can use? They share some of their strategies. They share some of their tools that they use to help them in business and help them along. Even some of the techniques in dealing with some difficult clients or customers, because some people just like to just be difficult. And You have to learn how to do all of that. And you're going to come across that no matter what you do, whether you're in this profession or if you were in any profession, whether you work for a job. You're going to come across those people that want to challenge you. They want to know just how much you know. They want to know if it's real. They want to know if it's something that's possible for them. And they're going to want to know what your results are. And you can share or not share. It doesn't really matter. You know, my thing is this: your results has nothing to do with their results because you're not them. And even if you give them all the steps and tools that you did, they still have to figure out and master it for themselves until they get accustomed to it and become comfortable with it. Because we can't come in and be something that we're not. So it takes a little time to get comfortable in your skin. And if you have life situations going on, they're going to interfere. They are. But you have to stay strong. You can't be afraid to get out there and do it on your own. I'm going to share a story with you. So to best explain how I kind of got where I am right now. And it really started with one of my leaders. He pours into us every day. And God bless him because he gives up his time every morning, his systems to allow us to use them, to do what we do, to help each other to become better, to grow and become stronger. But his job was to get me started as soon as possible, right? You know how we are. We be procrastinating. We be like, all right, I'm gonna just utilize these services, and I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna let them do what they do. But I'm so grateful that he gave me the call. I'm grateful that we had the powwow that we had, the meeting of the minds, the meeting of different personalities and way of thinking, because it motivated me. And we were sitting, well, we're on training, and he's telling us what to do, how to do it. He's actually showing us step by step how to do it. But for some reason, we'd be afraid. I was afraid. I really was. I was afraid. I thought about this. Okay, if I put myself out there and I tell everybody this is what I'm doing now, one, I might, how is it going to fit in with the job that I do? Two, what are people going to think about me? Are they going to think it's real or not? And how are they going to perceive me? But then it got down to the point where I could see that we as team members, as partners, we were draining me. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a people person. I'm a filler, so I kind of pick up on people's energy. You don't even have to say anything. I can see you walking and just look at how you're looking and know that something's not right. But I'll just probably come and rub you on the shoulder or wish you a good day. I'll tell you something kind unless you want to tell me something, then I'll listen. But anyway, I was seeing how he was pouring into us every night. And you guys know I've been at this for a long time. And he's not the only leader. That's just one I can kind of come up with. But all of them pour into us. Now, every group and every group doesn't need consistent, every day training. But if you left up to get a leader that sacrifices every day for you to get what you need, you might want to appreciate that leader because it's a lot for them to do what they do and still make time for you, so that you can get what you get. So long story short, we're talking about our team goals. We're talking about, our own personal goals, but what we would like to meet for each month, and how we would like that to go, and what it would look like. And it dawned on me, a bell just went off and it said, well, if he's giving up his time every day, every morning at 9 a.m., every evening at 8 p.m., sometimes 9 p.m., it depends on, what the schedule is and what the time is. If it's not something else, if not some other leader is doing something, but 9 times out of 10, he's going to make himself available and accessible to us. I said, well, God, what can I do to help move my team further? And the answer came. The answer was, you're going to have to get off your butt and you're going to have to do some things. You're going to have to invest in your business. You're going to have to invest in a Zoom. And like I shared with you guys in the beginning, when you're first starting out, money's tight. And if you did not save for that event, or if it's just something that you said, like for me, it was a necessity. I was having challenges and I didn't have the energy or the stamina to go and work a whole nother job again, because my life had taken a toll on me between the losses of my parents, still being a mom, trying to help the kids out with their kids. Not that they depended on me a lot, but I still had to make myself available and accessible because they're trying to build their lives and they got to go to work and they got to do what they need to do. So I had to find something that was going to kind of fit in and make it okay. And entering into the network marketing profession did it for me. So it allowed me that time. But in order for me to help truly effectively help my team, I had to learn how to do what my leader was doing. So I invested in Zoom. And the first time it was free. You do the free one because, until you can get up the money to pay for it. And isn't it nice that some of the services and tools that you need to build your business, some of them are free to help you get started. But as you expand and you continue to grow, you're going to have to invest a little more to, get your business going and to reach the people that you want to reach and to be able to service them the way that you need to service them so that you can live the lifestyle that you want carefree, because we go into business not to be working all the time, but we're working. Go imagine that one. We are working. But anyway, so one day I just decided that I would sit down and I thought about, what is it that I really am passionate about? What is it that I can do that might be helpful to help someone else, to help them learn, as well as introduce them to what it is that I'm doing. And you guys have been following me for a while. If you have been, if you're not, if you're new, if I'm new to you, hey, what's up? Thank you for coming. But if I'm not new to you, you've kind of seen some of the things that I have put out there. Some things are not available anymore because they're now a part of my course. So, and that course can be found in Tammy's shop, but I'm not talking about that right now. I'm talking about when you're first starting out, you're a little nervous. You don't want to do the presentations, but you have to learn your services. You have to learn what's going on to get more comfortable with it and to make it your own. Because I learned through watching all the other leaders. See, I show up, and it's funny because one of my partners, we were laughing because now we know each other a little bit better. We kind of call each other, we check in on each other. But in the beginning, we didn't know each other that well. So we just all sitting in on a Zoom call and we just see each other's faces. But anyhow, she says, Tia, I really thought that you were mean because you would always come on a call, you're all serious, and you don't say anything. And I just bust out laughing. I said, I'm not mean. I said, I'm just listening because I'm taking notes. I'm taking hell of notes because within that 50 to 60 minutes that you have with the leader, if they're giving the time to you, you better take all the notes that you can, and then you go figure it out. Pardon me, I almost cursed, didn't I? Sorry, guys. You got to go and figure it out, and that's what I did. I got the Zoom for free, and I started playing around. I even called myself building a little management team. My aunt is my silent business manager / partner. Oh yeah, my boss lady. Ramona, good morning. Happy Friday. I so appreciate you for all the growth and things that you put inside of me. She too was keeping tabs on me, letting me know what I'm doing, whether I was doing well or not, where I could improve. See, help came out of nowhere. All because I decided to stand up and take some responsibility and hold myself accountable. If I want to make this work, how can I make this work? And how can I help my team and be supportive and helping us move towards our goal? Because if we want to reach 250,000 people, that's a lot of folks. First of all, I don't even know 100. So, well, I might know about 65, and I still might be short of people. But how else can you get to know them? How else can people get to know you? How do people know what you're doing? You have to get out there and you have to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid. Now, if it wasn't for my leader, our leader, or our VP, whatever the title is, but whoever's dedicating their time to you, if they're making time and their schedule for you to show you the ropes, to give you tips and how you can better position your business, it would behoove you to take notes and do it. Now, are you going to clash? Yep, because guess what? It's just human nature. Everybody's not going to get along all the time. Sometimes we might be on our period. We might have a little PMS. And fellas, you think you don't have one, but you got the menopause stuff going on too. You do. Y'all be on y'all menses sometimes. You're just not bleeding. But we all got a little something. And we're not all going to work together well all the time. But the thing is, to build cohesiveness, because when you first start out as a group, everybody's strangers. Nobody knows nobody. We don't know each other's personalities. We don't know what's going on in each other's lives. And many people don't share what's going on in their lives. And not too many people are going to ask you what's going on in your life. So if you're having problems and you don't have the support system of counselors, maybe talk therapy, psychiatrists, whatever it is, or someone to talk to help you process what's going on in your personal life as well as your business life. And if you're working, because most of us come this way, we have our personal lives, we have our job life or career life, and then we have our business life. And a lot of us build our businesses while we're working and going to school and raising those kids. It's just that that's the way it is, because you cannot get into this without the right support and structure. And it requires, sometimes you might have to sacrifice some things, but you got to figure out what it is that you want. Is it worth it? Is your life dream worth the sacrifice of possibly giving up hanging out with some friends, or maybe not spending like you normally would, and taking some time to cook a home cooked meal instead of going out? Because I was guilty of that by me being an empty nester. Cooking, who wants to do that when you get home from work? Not me. So it was easy to buy out, but $20 here, $30 there, $100 here, because going out to dinner by myself, yeah, I could spend like $100 because I want the appetizers, I want the main course, and I want my dessert, as well as my Long Valley iced tea. 3 is my limit. But these are all the things that you have to think about when you're doing it. And if you don't put yourself out there, who knows who you are? Nobody. And Jessie Lee, I just want to mention her because she's really, really, I think since I've been in this profession, I have attended just about every virtual GoPro event they have had. And I've got to see speakers just, wow, evolve. I've seen people that join some of the speakers, and now they're speaking and they're helping us to grow and learn. It just blows my mind of the people that I saw giving testimonies when I first started, and now right now, they are establishing their own. They have come into their own, and their businesses are thriving. So I don't want to beat you up, but I just want to tell you this. I bring up Jessie Lee for this reason. She's an amazing lady. She has said in one training, she said, I started doing whatever I needed to do to build my business because you guys wouldn't talk to me. And she was right. I can't tell you how many times I put in a group and said, hey guys, let's go out here and let's try to do this. Who wants to do a webinar with me? Who wants to play around and let's just do like a weekly event or whatever? Crickets. I got nothing. I could have stopped there, but I didn't. I kept hearing Jessie Lee saying she just got out there and did her own thing. So I figured out how to get out there and do my own thing. And then when I got out there to figure out how to do my own thing, I reached out. I was looking to see who was out there doing what I was doing. Maybe not in the same profession, but we're all working towards the same goal. And I found some amazing individuals, men and women, and we had a ball. We had a ball. So that opened the door to give us the confidence and encouragement to just continue to scale up, to continue to play around with our new business and get the message out and share our journey with others, as well as grow and develop on our own. We realized that it was what we was fearing wasn't really nothing to fear. We could do it. It was really coming together. Well, it's still coming together because they're still out there doing their thing. And I'm just telling you, if you're new to the profession, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the fact that you can't afford a lot of the things that you need, because guess what? There's a lot of free courses that comes up. There's challenges. There's a lot of free events where maybe it might be for one day. It might be three days. And you might have to spend all day on a training. And I'll share this with you. I worked my full-time job, and we have to go. There's certain things that we have to do to move our business. And I'm, for those that's in the profession, I had to figure out how to do that. Saying that I couldn't do it because I had to work was no longer feasible, because I was making a little bit of traction and my numbers were starting to go up as far as people at least paying attention to see what I was doing. They probably thought I was crazy. And the ones that knew me, they was like, what is this girl doing now? That's something my Uncle George always says. He was like, Tia, you're always doing something. And I was like, yep, Uncle George, all the time. Because I don't like to stay stagnant. I like to be busy. I like to be doing stuff. And if I get a chance to help people along the way, that's even better, because when I help you, somehow it helps me by helping someone else. God always blesses you in some way, form, or fashion. And it comes back to you tenfold. So as I'm doing all that, now I said all that to say, well, now I got the sidetrack and I wash the darn bowl because now I got too much cabbage to go into the bowl. I can't cook it all in one setting. I have to put some into. I got to cook it all in different settings because it was a big head of cabbage. But anyway, long story short, cabbage. I love it. Anybody like cabbage? Oh, you guys can see the steam. You can't see the cabbage. I love it. But I'm just saying this to encourage you. Don't be afraid. And if you don't have all the equipment that you need, everybody, I know it takes time to build up your business. You might need to get a computer. You might need to buy an iPad. Basically, you can really do a lot from your phone. You really, really can. But if you want to get snazzy with it, and I don't know what you want to do, you can begin to start investing in things for your business, because that's a part of building your business as well, having the right equipment that you need. I ended up buying a desk because I needed one. I needed a working space. And it's so funny because when it got delivered, God bless my son, may he rest in peace. He was so livid. It was during COVID. The guy that delivered the desk, didn't he came and dropped it off right in the park, in the front of the house in the parking space. And I told him, I said, well, don't leave it there. I said, help me. So I said, help me bring it in. I'll help you. So he's looking at me. Hold on, guys. I need tissue. So he's looking at me like, lady, you're not lifting this heavy box with me. I said, come on, sir. I got this. I can do this. I done lift TVs, all kind of stuff, furniture, all that. I done did it. That's what you do when you're a single mom. You gotta do what you gotta do. So I had called my son to let him know that the desk had got delivered and stuff. So he comes home from wherever he was, and he comes home and he says, this ain't no little desk. Mom, this is something for the office. I said, I know, I need that much space. I just knew what I needed. I didn't know why I needed it, but I know I needed something sturdy. I needed something that was going to be manually to work for me. So, and you're going to do the same thing, because just like I told my accountability partner, and I thank her for choosing me because she taught me something. She taught me that it's fun to help someone else. And now I see her doing her thing, and it makes me feel good because she's no longer afraid. She's still developing her craft. She's still working on it. We all are. But she's out there doing her thing. She's getting her message across, and she's helping those that are for her. And that's what it's all about. Each one, let's all work together and make this thing pop, right? Make it do what it do. But I know I'm just rambling on here, but I don't want you to feel afraid. And if you are, call me. I'll answer your question. I'll walk you through it. Want me to be your accountability partner? I'll be your accountability partner. Don't bother me, man. But 90 days. I'm your accountability partner for 90 days. After the 90 days, I am do check in, do call me if you have any problems and or challenges, so we can work through them. Because what I've learned on my journey is that it only takes 90 days to get you in motion. And if you stop after those 90 days, that means that you didn't find the real true purpose as to why you're doing it. You was just doing it just to be doing it. But when you find your real true purpose as to why you're doing it, and you become more clear on your vision of where it is that you really want to actually take the opportunity that you have stepped into. And then when you see that it's so much more bigger than you, that you can really have an impact on the world. And I think I did one of the lives, and we were talking, because you guys know I was watching, I do different tutorials through masterclass.com as well. And I shared how, I forget the gentleman's name, but I know it's in here somewhere. where we have to be responsible. We got to take responsibility for what we say. We can't be out here promoting propaganda. We have to make sure that we're telling at least our truth. Tell your truth. If you don't know your history, in which a lot of us don't, and the history's so darn messed up, you talk to this person or that person, different things are being said. But those that know, and those that don't, they will learn. And always remain being a student. Life is a lifelong learning journey. Who you are right now is not who you want to be 5-10 years from now. And what you're doing right now may not even be the things that you're going to be doing 5-10 years from now. God may have another plan for you. He may expand your life. He may expand your horizons, but it starts with you. Your mindset has to be right. And I have learned to appreciate the power of myself and the power of my train of thought, because I could have let all the things of life's ills get me down. I don't know why God created me this way, but he did. I have a way of taking a sad face and turning it upside down. Sometimes I might muddle a little bit in the mud, just a little bit, but not too long though, because that doesn't bring me life. That doesn't bring me joy. What brings me joy is making somebody else smile, making myself smile. We talked about looking in the mirror and accepting who we are in the mirror. It begins and ends with you. It all begins and it ends with you, because you got to know who you are. You got to be comfortable in your space. You know, you can't bully people to join you. Like, that's just crazy. They're going to avoid you like the plague. They're going to avoid you like the plague anyway, as soon as you tell them that you done started something different. Because when I first started out and I told everybody, they listened. They was very kind. They listened. But I'm not doing that. No, I'm good. Okay. One thing I know for sure is that I know that if I needed certain things in my life, I know other people need it too. And I don't care how good it might be going right now or how it looks, because guess what? A lot of us go out here, we go to work every day and we still have issues that we have not addressed, that we don't take care of in our lives. And we out here just living our fabulous life or living our la vida loca. I kind of like living la vida loca a little bit. It's all right. Whatever floats your boat. But hey, you know where you are. You know what you got going on. And if you want to really truly change your life, it's going to be you. Nothing I say, nothing I do is going to make you move to do nothing that you don't want to do. You got to want it. You got to want to be a different person. You got to want to be better. I can't tell you how many times, especially when you work with individuals and you work with people and you're trying to help them. It's better to work with people that, you know, they have to come in and they want to see you because they're there because they know that you can help them. It doesn't go over too well for people that you impede on them because of something they did that brought attention to them, and now you got to go in and you got to try to help them the best of your ability. That's where you meet the most resistance. That's where you meet the most opinionated, because they're operating from fear, doubt. They feel like they don't, like you're overpowering them, or they feel like you're taking some kind of control away. So then it becomes a power struggle. But the easiest people to work with are the people that want the help, that want to get better, that want to do better with their lives. Because now they're coming with a different frame of mind than a person that's coming from a frame of mind that where we're trying to get them on the right track. It takes some time. It doesn't mean that you can't help them. It just means that you have to allow them. You have to meet people where they are. You have to allow them to kind of gradually, you got to drizzle on them a little bit, like putting the seasoning on the cabbage. Sprinkle a little something, something on them. Drop some seeds in them and let the seeds sit there for a little bit. It's their job to water those seeds. It's their job to cultivate those seeds and take in consideration, is this for me or is this not for me? Is this really going to better my life? What happens if I do actually start learning about how to better manage my funds? Will I be able to not go to work? Will I be able to go to work, pay my bills, and still have some cash flow over to either put towards savings or to begin putting towards something else that I would like to pursue? Or even just put it somewhere where it can kind of start growing for you. The stock market goes up and down, but guess what? So is our lives every day. Whether you have a job or not, and if you're not employed and you're running around, you're filling out the applications and you're filing for unemployment and you're doing all that stuff and everything like that, you're already waiting. So why not try something that you're going to wait anyway? So start putting your energy into something that might make you feel better about your situation while you're waiting for things to come through. Faith without works is no good. God gave us all some good things on the inside for us to work with. And a lot of us don't utilize them. Starting with our own brain. For some reason, we want people to tell us what to do. And I don't know, the older I get, the more that irks me. I don't know what it is. Maybe because I was never that person. I was more the person, show me what it is that I need to do and let me be. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to take my notes and I'm going to work from the notes and I'm going to just go on about my business, which you guys probably can see already from by now, especially my business partners. See that I'm more of a like, okay, this is what we're doing. Okay. All right. Well, then I'm over here trying to figure out how to get the stuff done because I don't like unfinished business. And if our task is to help 250,000 people, then I better figure out how I can help these people. How am I going to help them? And what am I going to do? First of all, I got to listen. I got to pay attention and I got to listen because I got to know what it is that they need help with or what they could possibly need help with. You just can't go in and say, hey, yeah, this is what I got. Nah, because what you got might not be what they need. They might just need you to be a listening ear at that moment. It doesn't mean you're not doing your job. And that's so funny because I just had that conversation this morning with a gentleman on the phone. I can't tell you how long, like how many conversations I've had with different people since I've been doing this that's helped me get things in place and stuff that has nothing to do with what the profession that I'm in. But I've had such pleasant conversations and been able to meet people, and we talk about our lives, we talk about our families, and we talk about business. Actually starting our own business. When they find out what it is that I do, they're like, oh, wow. Oh, no. I'm not ready for that. A lot of people are more comfortable reporting to a company, reporting to a job where you're pretty much told what to do and the realms in which you can do it in. And they're more comfortable. They're safe there. And it's okay for a little bit, but what happens when that safety net begins to start unraveling, or that safety net has holes in it, or it doesn't really provide you what you need, but you're going every day. And don't get me wrong, I did it too. I went to work. What y'all don't know is I went to work and was being docked for pay. So it didn't matter. I was going to work, but I wasn't bringing home the money that I could have been bringing home due to different circumstances and things. Every company has their own policies and procedures of how things are done and what they're going to do. So I was working, coming home with half paychecks, not having enough time, paying time back, even after I already lost the pay. So on top of that, at the beginning of the year, I lost more pay. So now, yes, you got new time, but because you used up too much time, the prior year. Now I'm paying time back at the beginning of the year, which makes the check short. A lot of people don't know. That's why I say I did it off of little bits. And that's why I know that God is going to bless me as I go along. Now, is it going to be hard? Yep, it sure is. But that's why I try to tell everyone to make sure that you're investing in yourself. Make sure that you're setting something aside. Something. Because work with money is better than no money at all. Trust me. You can't touch it right away. You might have to sit and figure some things out and how to do it. But like we said, money is an exchange for means and goods. And money can be made no matter what, whether it's babysitting, doing somebody's hair, driving them to doctor's appointments or whatever, taking them to the grocery store, all that stuff. Like you look around in your community and you see people figure it out. Even the homeless people figure out how they can earn some money once if they don't have benefits. They figure it out. And a lot of homeless, some homeless people they're homeless due to circumstances or situations, but they have skills, they have knowledge. Never underestimate a person. Don't just look at their situation and think you know their situation, because you could be totally wrong. They could be smarter than you. So never judge, but make sure that if you do join this profession, don't hold yourself back, because you're only holding yourself back. People are pouring into you every day. Every day. Sometimes you don't show up to get it. If you don't show up, you can't get it, right? You can't be mad at nobody for yourself for that. But I know I'm just ranting and raving, because it's the last Friday in July. I won't see you guys on Monday, because now I'm going to be starting the recording for the podcast, and I have to record it because I don't know no other way to get it down there to you. I don't know how to bring it to you live until I figure that part out. Then this is how we're going to do it. But for the most part, this is our day together. And I was pondering as I was handling my own personal business, getting stuff in order, because some things have to shift. I'm in a whole nother arena now, and I got to figure some things out. But I'm grateful that I made the shift when I did, because if I didn't have this, I probably would be a little nuts, or I probably would have stayed in a situation that I already know was toxic for me, and it wasn't healthy for me, because I shouldn't be upset every day, and I shouldn't have to worry about how someone else is going to take me, or, because I work a certain way. I like things structured, and I need certain things to do my job, and that wasn't happening. So I had to make a choice. I could stay there and I could fight, with the people and do all that, and I was already fighting, but the process was too long. So I had to make a choice for Tia. Given the state that I was in, frame of mind, trying to still do what I do, even though I suffered a major loss. And even though my life, as I know it, had changed completely. Everybody don't care about what you're going through. And you got to remember that. It's not really their place to, but it's nice to have someone that will be considerate, that, you're not operating at 100% all the time. But it's okay. I still love you anyway. Don't make me no never mind, because I know that people are just people, and you can only operate from the extent of what you have to operate from, your level of understanding and awareness. So I forgive you. It was time for me to make a decision way back in July, before we came back to work from COVID, whether or not I was going to go full time, go all in my business and go full time and make this thing really work and do what it do. Or was I going to continue to keep working part time and doing little bits and working myself to late wee hours of the night trying to get things done. After a while, sometimes you burn your body out, and I just chose me. But it's amazing because when you tell people you're retired, and because I'm too young for retirement, well, just a little bit, I'm about maybe 5 years shy of the retirement age to where I can actually collect my benefits without being penalized for it. People, so many people really, were looking at me like, oh, well, what are you going to do? Oh, well, it's okay. You're still working age. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I am working. I'm a home-based business owner. I'm part of the network marketing profession. You should see some of the looks that I get. And I just learned not to say it to the people no more because I just can't. Right now, I need to just take care of Tia and get me situated and get in alignment to where it is that I see myself going. I made a choice to do this, and it wasn't a choice that I made lightly. It was a choice that I pondered over for months. I even discussed it to make sure, because you got to, like I tell you guys, you got to know where you are. You have to know what you have to know where you're going. So that's why I share the advice that I share, because I lived it. I know what it is. Single mom, raising the children, no matter what the situation is with the father, still treat him with respect, still treat him like a father, whether he's a good one or a bad one. But don't let the children know that. And it panned out for me. It just panned out for me to rise above the negativity, the everyday norms. I could go against my male counterpart, but then to me, that would be disrespecting my father that stayed, raised us, and helped us raise our children. And that's the crazy part. Your dad is actually helping you raise your kids now. I don't know how many of you are blessed to have that, but if you do, you know what a blessing it is. I miss all of that. But I didn't do all this to get emotional with you all. I just came here to tell you that whatever you're going through, and you feel like it's something, you feel this tug on the inside of you that you want something different. You want to do something different with your life. You want to change everything about it is that's you right now. It starts with you. It starts with a decision, but it also starts with the commitment to do the work. And you can't quit when it gets hard. You have to continue, keep going. I can't tell you how many times I've been in hard situations and God has just always brought me through. I only have a little bit of time with you all here. I don't have enough time to tell you all about my life story, but hopefully once I get this thing all together and I figure out how I can set it up so you guys can register, so we can all come together and we can dialogue, we can share. I'll share with you what I know and what I've learned up until this point. And I think I'm pretty good. Am I clear as to what it is what my main mission is and purpose? No. Did I have an ebook, and that ebook came through the experience that I've had up into the beginning of the business. So feel free to go and purchase it. It's called Finding Your Way. And that's just the beginning. I'm midway through Pathways right now. And for some reason, it's not so much writer's block as it is, I have to get me together because I put off my healing process. And I know a lot of y'all like, that girl just needs to go sit down so she can heal. But yeah, this is how I'm healing. You're part of my journey, and I appreciate you for it. You don't like what I'm saying? Don't watch it. Don't follow me. I don't give a shit. But it is what it is, because I know somebody out there going through what I'm going through, and they're struggling with it. But I don't want you to struggle alone. I want you to know that you're not by yourself. Life happens on life terms, and it's hard to smile when you're crying on the inside. It's hard to smile when you feel empty and numb on the inside, when you're burnt out from giving your all, caring for your family, those that poured and loved into you. You give that back to them. And I'm blessed. I'm so grateful that I had those moments, because I got to go full circle. I not only got to see my parents as my parents, but I got to realize that, guess what, at the end of the day, even our parents, they're still a man and a woman. And regardless of all the stuff that happens in the mix, at the end of the day, when they're going, they're still your mom, they're still your dad. But guess what? They were the individuals that they were created to be. And they live their life the way that they want to live their life. So you have to make sure that you live your life the way that you want to live your life. If you got mommy, daddy issues, get over them. Sit down, go to therapy, work through it. Because guess what? You're missing out on precious, ample time when you don't spend that time with your people. I can't say it no more. When you don't spend time with your loved ones and your elders, if you walking around and you disrespecting them and stuff, that's a pet peeve of mine. That burns my butt. I ain't with it. I will not even frequent you too much if you're like that. And if you're someone close to me that I love and you do that, you already know that I tell you, I don't like that. Don't do it. But you got one life. You got one life to live. And you have to decide. But should you decide to join the network marketing profession, believe me, if your leaders are giving you their time, if they're taking time out of their day, that 50, 60 minutes that they're giving you out of their day, appreciate that, take your notes, walk away from there, and begin blazing your path. Begin your path. It's a lot of things out here that it's a lot of different apps and stuff that you can really generally start your business for free with, and start putting things in place. You get the free version. Don't do all the fancy stuff now. If you want the fancier things, it's going to cost you a little bit. But you can, and while you're building and while you're working and while you're learning, because eventually you're going to take that L off of the learning and you're going to be earning. But you want to make sure that you're in the right space mentally, physically, and spiritually. You want to make sure that you are doing all that you can do, and you want to do your due diligence to make sure that you have done the research, that you have went and gotten the information that you need that's going to make you better. And if you're out there working and you're raising the family and you're thinking of starting a business and you think that it might be too much, I'm here to tell you it's not. It's a way to work out everything. Really look at your schedule and see where is it an open space where you can start something on your own. Because I don't know what the world's coming to. The whole workforce, everything is so different now. So I don't know. You have options. But happy July, guys. We made it, and the summer's almost over. So I hope that you enjoy the rest of the summer and really, truly think about what it is that you want out of life, how you're going to go about pursuing it, no matter what it is that you decide to do, whether it's going back to school, getting a better job, getting in a better position. All of that is good. I'm not saying that it's bad. It's all good, because all those experiences, all that wealth of education that you're going to learn through those phases and stages as you're moving up and you're doing different things, you're expanding yourself, you're investing in you, right? You're investing in you. But while you're going to that job and you're giving that job your time, you better be making some time for you, because when that job gets ready, they won't let you go. Or they'll put you in a situation where to make you have to choose. You're going to have to choose. And do I stay here in this toxicity, or do I go on and take a chance and bet on myself and just go out here and do something else? Old school says, don't leave one without having something else, right? Ain't that, anybody can relate to that? I know that's what my grandma used to say. Don't you go out here, if you got a job, you better make sure that you position yourself so that you have, when you leaving one, you go into something else. Never leave yourself without someplace to go. They say a rat with one hole is a sad rat. So, not that I'm comparing us to rats, I'm just saying this is little myths that my grandma used to say. So, there are things that seem to be hold true. Why would you limit yourself when you live in a world where you have so many opportunities? You're limiting yourself. Why? Because you don't want to do it, you're lazy, and not even so much being lazy. You just don't have the desire or drive. Some people really don't. But then if you don't have the desire and drive, then you might want to look at that. You might want to look within, deep within, and do an assessment. Do the self-assessment, because that means that there's something on the inside going on that you either need to get rid of, you need to work on, you need to start assessing it, write it down. I got to write down my feelings and emotions. I got to figure out where this grief that I done suppressed, I done pushed it down so far so that I could be smiling and be everything to everybody, that now it's starting to regurgitate up and I can't control it. But I'm not letting it stop me. I'm doing the work that I got to do. And that means nothing to you guys, but it means a whole hell of a lot to me. We all got a story to tell. And I got plenty of stories, but I don't have enough time to tell you it all. And I think I've had you guys here for a little bit over an hour, so I don't want to just ramble on, but I want to thank you for your time. Feel free to reach out to me and we could dialogue. We could talk, if you want to assess, look at your journey, where it is that you want to go. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you don't know what options are available to you. Maybe you have an idea of some things that you want to do. Maybe you're already a little bit more established and you're looking to, to start that next chapter. You don't want to wait until the next chapter is actually here. You want to begin working on that chapter a little bit ahead, maybe 1 or 2 years ahead of before you're entering into that chapter, so that it's just a smooth transition. Don't let nobody break you down. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't, that you're not worthy. And if they don't like your style, that's their problem. It's not yours. Have a wonderful, blessed, amazing weekend, everybody. I'm going to finish up, and now I got to play with the chicken. So before I play with the chicken, I got to get rid of you guys because I don't want to be touching back and forth. It was pretty easy with the cabbage, but now we're going to be touching poultry, and that's sanitary. So we have to be very smart about that. But as always, you were a winner from the time you were born in your mother's womb, and you're born with all that you need inside of you. I hope that you continue to be blessed. Be safe out there. It's kind of hot out there today, so guys, stay hydrated. Please stay hydrated. Don't do too much. If you feel your body talking to you, pay attention to your body. We don't want nobody passed out on the street. All the first responders, all those public service workers that's out there doing the darn thing. Be careful. Stay hydrated. I love y'all. We couldn't do a lot of things without you. And I know that we're fighting some battles, but I hope that one day we're going to win. I'm no longer a part of that fight, but I'm fighting with you in spirit. I love you. Have a wonderful, blessed, amazing day. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Make sure you join us from the womb to the tomb, starting August 1st. Bye-bye, guys. Now let me make sure I do this correctly.